This is the most explosive place we've ever slept.
We spent the night on a volcano, staring at the most active one in Central America. But isn't the lava that makes this hard, it's the climb.
Over 1,000 meters of steep ascent, freezing nights, and the real risk of altitude sickness. Why do hundreds of people still do it every day? Is it really worth it? So we decided to experience ourselves and tell you firsthand.
This isn't a travel guide, this is the truth about Acatenango.
50,000 people hike this volcano every year.
Fuego is the most active volcano in Central America, and in history has destroyed entire villages. No one actually knows when the next eruption is going to happen. So as a travel, we feel this urge, this necessity to go see it on our own when it's still possible.
So if you're like us and you like to go the off-beaten path, well, this time you actually have to have a guide.
Majority of those companies are based in Antigua. We will talk everything about ours in a second, but I just want you to make sure this is not about just comfort. It's actually what will shape your entire experience.
We heard some horror stories about people who have like soaked mattresses in their camp or
guides abandoned, for real very bad. So it's
make sure to choose the right company.
For us, it's very important to support local businesses when we travel. So we find this specific company that have a very clear mission and amazing reviews. It's called V-Hikings. Before going with the entire tour, our experience and everything we're gonna tell you in a second, I need to defend myself because you're gonna see very raw material and I'm not here for you to judge.
Yeah, here's some footage of it.
The story is that 2 months before Acatenango, I fell in the death road in Bolivia. I know, you probably have not known anyone who have fell in there, but I'm your girl in that one. The truth is that something in my right leg was broken and every step I done it was crazy painful. And now that you know what is the story behind my penguin walking, we can keep going with the story.
In a bit we'll start with the hike itself, but first let's talk logistics. It's a 2-day hike with 1 night on the top of the mountain.
The goal is to reach the base camp. Once you are there, you're gonna find these cabins looking like shelters that can fit until 3 people. Also important to notice the guide. We have 3. One is going in the front, one in the middle, and one in the back of the group. And that's very important because you don't want to miss your group. It gets very crowded over there.
I didn't expect it to be that crowded, but I mean, you can see it in the footage yourself. It's just basically a line until the top of the mountain. Also on top of your backpack, which all the equipment, will come in a second what you need, you carry a lunch box, which you get from the tour with all the, with your lunch. So it should fit in the backpack as well.
That's very important because I packed mine as the very top. He had place, so he had to carry my lunch box. But yeah, that brings it to don't overpack. But if you do need someone to carry your stuff, you can rent a porter, but you have to pay differently, like for the way up and the way down, split it kind. They also use animals. So in this channel and as a person, we work very hard to not use animals in our trips, and we encourage you to do the same.
So how do you pack for Acatenango? Because you know, packing is annoying.
Yeah. So basically, you wanted to give it balance. You need to pack stuff. Of course, it gets very cold up there, but also you need to keep it light. So we designed 7 essentials to this trek. Hey, I don't want to think that you are the kind of person that is taking note of everything we say, but don't follow us, right? Yeah, I saw that. Hit the subscribe button, it does help a lot.
Number 1, thermal layers, like long sleeve, also for legs, because it gets actually very cold.
The 2, and I'm not very familiar with this, hat, gloves, and even some scarf or buff or something to cover up. It gets very, very cold, especially at night.
Number 3, water and windproof jacket. You need it because you're on a mountain on over 3,000 meters, so the weather changes rapidly. From one to another minute, could be storm, could be raining, you need it.
Number 4, and he will not agree, an extra cloth, a PJ, something to put it on to change, and very important, an extra socks, I would say. You don't want to be in the capsule full of mud.
Yeah, especially if you have wet socks, it's not nice if you're cold. Number 5, headlamp. You start very early in the morning, or you even walking in the night when you're going to Fuego on the summit. It's very handy. Also,
or you can use your phone.
Yeah, you can also use your phone, but it makes sense to have one.
Number 6, snacks. And I would just tell the 7th, water. I love to have my chocolate. and water 3 liters each.
There are several breaks on the way where you can just buy some snacks and water.
Breakpoint number 1, so you actually can buy crabs here with different stuff.
And the guides will let you know when it's the last time you can buy water that you are prepared.
So now that we have talked about logistics and what to bring, let's focus on the hike itself.
Thank you.
Technically, it's an 8-kilometer long trail with 1,000 meters on elevation. Means you're starting from 2,600 meters and going all the way up to 3,600 meters. And everyone who is a little bit familiar with height, 3,600 meters is definitely a height where you can get altitude sickness already a little bit if you're not used to this height.
So I will recommend, on top of that, Antigua is beautiful. Allow yourself to stay there a little bit before doing the hike so you don't get any kind of headache when you're hiking and you're having the worst night up there, because who wants to be headache when you have the massive volcano erupting in front of you.
Depending the condition, all the group or the people, maybe it's 4 hours and a half or maybe 6 hours.
And we finally jumped in the van, which brings us to the starting point.
So nice.
Okay, vamos chicos!
From there on, you have 6 breakpoints. At least that's what we had. Maybe there are some other ways and camps where it's shorter or longer, where you can have a little pause, you can a little bit refuel, means you're getting snacks, go toilet, drink water.
Essential number 8, you need the toilet paper. We forgot
That's
about
a
that
good
before.
one. That's a good one.
So 10 minutes, 15 minutes in. It's very steep, but we make a lot of elevation already.
The first break is the actually most important because it's the evaluation point. It's when you get the glimpse of how the hike is going to be and you decide if you keep going or not. Also is where the guides kind of evaluate the group if it's fit enough to get it to the summit.
We love the breaks, not just to have a little rest and snacks, but also to learn something new about the culture and flora and fauna.
Yes, but Micha enjoyed the entire way. And when I was catching up with my break between break and break, he was just like this.
Everywhere, little flowers, like long kind of grasses all over the place here. Just said like it's so beautiful, this place here. It looks like from another world, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I really liked it. But for those who don't enjoy it that much, after break 1, you're looking forward to break 2. And
You
then
always get the minutes of how far the next break is. So it's very helpful for the mind.
Break number 2. How many breaks more?
There is 4 more. This is the time for the first checkpoint. We're gonna have 2 bracelets going to our camp. I'm gonna get a chocolate.
Muchas gracias. So now it's the part where it's getting a mental challenge. We are around 2,800 meters. You're getting fast exhausted, so you have to find your pace. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Slow pace, not overpacing. We are now at around 3,000 meters.
For me, for example, the complicated part was the breathing and how steep it was all the times, no break. At the very, very last part, when we were about to get to the campsite, it gets a little bit more even. But besides that, it's all the way up, and it's the only thing you have to keep in mind, that you just have to keep walking.
so it's not technically difficult, you're just walking up.
So the last steep part, and then it's all more or less same level. Only 5 minutes left. Are you trusting him?
No. We get to the base camp. Food, a little bit of relax, you get to know the area, but we will talk about our experience later. But let's explain about the next 2 hikes you could do from the base camp. They are both optional. One is included on the price and the other is not.
The one who is not included starts in the evening. You're walking a little bit down Acatenango, like 200 meters of elevation down, and then you're walking up to Fuego. And there you walk on the ridge.
That's the picture you see on Instagram. That's the hike to Volcan Fuego. And then the other hike is in the morning. It's at 4 a.m. They wake you up. You go to the top of the summit of Acatenango to see Volcan Fuego in front erupt. It's 2 hours to 3 hours more up and down. And then you join the rest of the group to go down to the starting point.
And arrive by lunchtime down. Those two hikes are a little bit more technical. I personally just did Fuego, and for Fuego I would rate it, if you're familiar with Swiss scale, around T2 to T3.
It's time about talking our experience, right?
Was it worth for us?
You know all this footage of social media that you see how this clear sky and all the lava, people celebrating everything what they see, and this is what we see it. Yes, it does not cover the hype, 100%. It was worth it, for us was. I just want to make sure, and something that I want you to transmit is all the experience like ours doesn't make it to Reels on Instagram. So just expect it that could be in a very, very big range of weathers and conditions and experiences, and just don't put the expectations that high of that something you are seeing on Instagram.
And don't get us wrong, it was still an amazing experience, especially the people, the culture, the hike itself. It was a big challenge. For some people, they say it was their biggest challenge in their life.
Creating this YouTube channel, we have seen many others, and people were like getting completely emotional of how incredible and how this experience was the best of their life. And I don't know if it was the bad weather, if it was that we are such a privileged two people who have explored a lot of things, and we could not put it on the very top of the list just because of that. Hey, and before to say goodbye and all that kind of thing, how much this cost?
So we paid $83 or 73 euros for the whole experience with week hiking. We were very happy with the tour. We can recommend it.
That money includes the guides, the sleep, all the foods, drinks, wine, the transportation from and to Antigua, and stopping in San Jose Calderas to the starting point of the hike.
Optional, if you want to go to Fuego, you have to pay another $20. Also, if you rent some gear from them, it's on top, sure, it's quite cheap. And you also can get a transport shuttle straight from there to Lake Atitlan for 300 quetzales, right?
300 quetzales, yeah. The ones to Antigua is included, but you save half a day, kind of.
Yeah, there are cheaper options, starting from like 40, 50 euros.
But like just as I see it, in any touristy place in Central South America, you will walk up the streets, you will find amazing prices, but just consider, yeah, as we said before, that shaped your entire experience. We love it. We think that for under $100, what else you could do? It's amazing. But yeah, it's definitely not my best ever experience in Guatemala, because I will put that on this little random cave we visit.
Yeah, it was really nice.
That was very nice. And yeah, next to this, we are going to Mexico, and we have some very cool stuff planned. So remember to follow along.
What are we doing now?
I just want a coffee.